Thank you very much, Janice. For y'all who don't know, Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us. He's been writing now the 100 Rules of Success. So he's been sharing parts of that with us sometimes and during his segment. Good to see you this morning, by the way, Mayor.
Good morning, Mike.
But first of all, the one you're hitting on today, it's really empowering because it talks about having a bucket list. And I know this is personal for you and very important for you as well.
Yeah, so bucket list, the question is everybody's heard of the bucket
Sure.
list. Most people don't write one. And the question is it silly or can it have power? And I want to make the case that it can have power.
Right. All right, and just speaking from your own examples, there were a lot of things that you put down, I know, years ago. How much of that came to fruition?
So a lot of things actually happened. So listen, I was in like early 30s, and a couple of the bigger things that were on there was I wanted to be on national TV. Like I wanted to be on CNN, and I specifically wrote CNN or CNBC or Fox News in New York. And I mean, what are the chances that you're ever going to get on CNN?
Right.
And you know what? I ended up being on all three. I still don't know how I did it. I don't know how I got there,
right.
but I ended up being on all three. And I think part of it, and another one was I wrote that I wanted to have a book published, a financial book published by a New York publishing firm, which for somebody who's 30 years old, the chance of having a book published at all, they didn't have self-publishing back then. And so, I think here's the real power of the bucket list. First of all, it's fun, and it's typically a bit outrageous. You're doing things that, you know, are maybe not that likely to happen. But as you kind of open yourself up to the possibilities, things begin to happen.
Yeah.
And
and you talk about that. I mean, how important is it, you think, writing it down?
Writing it down, I think, is really critical. I think if you don't write it down, you don't really ever get focused on it. But what it does is as you push, I can remember to this day the first time I walked on live TV and how frightened I was and how uncomfortable it was. And what happens is you begin to push through comfort zones, things that you're really uncomfortable with. You begin to get used to pushing through comfort zones. And you begin to believe, you know what? I can do that, whatever that is. And you begin to expand your horizons in terms of things you might want to do.
It sounds like you're saying, that you know your limitations. You don't want to limit yourself,
And I think you don't have any limits. For the most part, you just don't have, you think you have limits, but you really don't have limits. So, part of it's just having fun with a bucket list and then picking some things and just always paying attention to your bucket list. And when you have an opportunity, seize the opportunity.
So refer back to it. What's left on your bucket list? Anything you want to share? Is there like one thing left?
Well, I still on my bucket list, which I hadn't done, is I want to learn to fly and fly a helicopter.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I will not be on that flight too either, but we can always play Nintendo.
That would be very smart.
We can always play more Nintendo if you'd like.
That would be good.
Because I know you have one at
I do.
one of your places.
I do have the original box.
You're looking forward to that then. All right.